Greetings and hallucinations, folks. I have another cast on 5v5 Wonder. Now, I know some of you are screaming, but you already casted games on 5v5 Wonder. Why are you doing another one? I have a simple answer for you people. You are not sending me replays. If I do not have any replays, I do not have any games to cast, and that means I have to try to find some. And then priority goes to anyone who sends me a cast. And it just so happens that there's some active Wonder players out there who like to send in good casts. So I doubt this will be boring. I have it on good authority that this is actually a pretty epic and action-packed matchup, but it is on Wonder. So if you want to see new maps, play good games, send me replays. I will be more than happy to make you as famous as my little YouTube channel can make you. You can take that however you wish. The matchup technically falls under the average Joe's header, although there are some higher ranked players in here. The average is under 1600. On the southern team, we have Ojtis, Morflag Needed, Sifnock, Lextalk, and last but not least, Postal. On the northern team, we have Mr. Mackey, Tonal Tuna, Epson, Tiger, and Man of Action. Now, at least 4 of these players are on Mumble for the northern side. I'm sure a lot of you people recognize some of the names here. Hopefully we will see some good teamwork and some solid gameplay from the northern side, even though they are facing a pretty significant rank disadvantage, since the southern team has Lextalk and more flak. Alrighty guys, I'm going to bump up the speed just a little bit and we will see where this game takes us. I love the open version of the Wonder maps because it leaves you a lot more room to be aggressive and to get around the outside of the other players. There's a lot more space and the action's not condensed into this itty bitty little opening right here. We do have a hunter out for Morflag Needed. It is going to run around the outside and hopefully pick up an engineer kill. There's usually some early aggression on this map, and this game is definitely not disappointing. We have tanks coming around the outside. Flares on the bottom, gonna pick off some engineers. Actually, I think it is going to succeed in denying that Hydra. Pretty impressive for a lonely little flare. He's gonna turn tail and run like the wind, seeing that striker coming. Gonna pick up another engineer kill, and poof. Flare has been destroyed. This hunter is also being pretty dang annoying to Man of Action. Didn't really succeed in doing a whole lot of damage, but a little bit of furious micro from Morflag Needed allowed him to kill one of his peers and continue his rampage. Mr. Mackey is doing a fantastic job of disassembling Ojtis. We're seeing up here the main strength of the Cybern faction. Their speedy little run-bys. We have one here on the right successfully drawing all the units away to the south, and then we have the larger group of units moving in from the north while these are distracted. That is going to lock down these 2 mechs for Mr. Mackey, giving him a slight but significant eco advantage. Total Tuna was also successful in getting a unit back to the enemy air player. I don't know if you saw that, but this is kind of like a mirror image. There's a bomber out for Postal, trying to help out a little bit in killing off some of these units. I think what we're seeing here is a classic example of tech versus combat units. Man of Action is teching at the moment. He has a couple more T2 mass extractors and he's building tier 2 engineers. All in all, he is going more for the production expansion, whereas Postal has a Mercy out, has far more interceptors, decided air control, 2 Mercies now, and is a little bit behind on tech. We're going to see these Mercies come in. 1 hit to Tiger and 2 hits, putting him down to 3,700 health. Man of Action finally getting down here with these interceptors, but it is not going to be enough. Very surprising that Mercy made it. Did not make it for very long, but it did escape immediate death. More Flag Needed was able to donate some units to the northern side here and push Mr. Mackey off of August. This map control up here is now a little bit better contested. Mercy coming in for Epson. I think it was, yes. Still not quite getting that kill. T2 gunships coming out now for Postal. Man of Action is going to have to get a move on, trying to get some air control. He has done a little too much teching and does not have enough units to deny Postal. More Flag Needed, being the team player, he is accompanying the Ojtis ACU with flak and with a stealth. That is going to give him advantage. You can see he has the gun upgrade and he's able to throw some fire down on Mr. Mackey without taking damage himself. All thanks to that stealth unit donated by the kindly More Flag Needed. This is starting to look like a fairly dangerous little group of T2 gunships. Man of Action still does not have anywhere near enough air. Gonna have to get his game on for sure. Gunships are headed somewhere. Have to see. Mr. Mackey is successfully working his way around Ojtis' units. Every time Lexstock doesn't provide enough support, that is not good. T2 gunship successfully sniping off Epson. Of course, as in all real games, share is off, so that is going to be a sizable chunk missing out of the North team's eco. Definitely not a good thing to have happen. Have an MML out for More Flag Needed. He is trying to apply some pressure up here. Mr. Mackey is definitely well on his way to running over Ojtis. If this is interesting, we have a tier 2 transport. That is Fire Beetles. Sifnock is on an upgrade. This is the worst timing. That is awesome. Total Tuna succeeding in pulling off an airborne beetle kill. That is impressive. Folks, that is how you plaster someone's face in Fire Beetle juice. Epic kill there by Total Tuna. Kudos, my man. That leaves the opposing slots empty, so we have an even game again. Postal is taking the time to build Swift Winds, while Man of Action is going straight to tier 3. We'll have to see how this matches up for them. Man of Action has 99 income. Postal has 85 and is power crashing. I imagine that is his RAS upgrade. Mr. Mackey still hanging on to the northern portion here. The northern team has a little over half of the map control. They control all of the contested mexes on the outside. I imagine that Man of Action is going to build a strap bomber. It would not surprise me one little bit. He is getting a few ASF out first, it looks like. Excuse me. Postal working on his own T3 factory. And he has caught up in the mass game, pulling 114 as opposed to 124 for Man of Action. It appears that both of them do have their double RAS. Yes. Have a tack launcher. This is a very, very late tack launcher. Not sure why he's burning tack missiles on T2 units, but he has provoked a reaction from Lexstock. Man of Action zipping down to the southern half of the map with his ASF. He is going to try to factory lock Postal. This is a risky but potentially a move. Oh! I just happened to be zoomed in on the right spot. We had another attempted Fire Beetle drop from Total Tuna, but unfortunately with all of those engineers clogging the way, Postal getting away without a scratch on him. That could have ended very differently had Total Tuna dropped on the other side. That is why Man of Action was throwing his ASF. He was trying to project and protect that transport, but when you fail, you fail. Tiger being forced back into his base. He does have a couple vet on that comm. I believe he will be able to overcharge successfully and get himself out of it, but Lextalk has made the T3 jump and he now has a Percival on the field. This is going to be dangerous for the Northern team. If he does not keep it moving though, I believe Tiger will be able to snipe it off with a tac launcher. Total Tuna has also pushed T3. He has bricks, although it looks like he may be having power issues. He has plus 22, but is being supported probably by Ras from the air player. He is throwing up his own T2 gen at the moment, trying to get his eco balanced out. Postal has decided that he has had enough of Fire Beetles for this game, so he has built himself some point defense and a shield. Smart move, considering the circumstances. Tiger does have the range upgrade on his ACU. It looks like Lextalk keeps pushing, forcing that ACU back. Harveys are out to assist now, so this is still going to be a fairly even matchup over here. This is a massive little proxy base. Massive little that Tiger has. I imagine that he is going to be building some T2 units to rush over into this base. Sniper bots out for Ojtis. Excellent choice, my friend. I do not see enough of those sniper bots. And yet another beetle drop. I don't see how this is possibly going to succeed. Oh, he was attempting another in the air fire beetle drop, but Ojtis took a step back and that did fail. Total Tuna, you should not. Saying it was a distraction, not meant to kill. I think you should be happy that you got one fire beetle to the face. Man of Action has been scouted, and he has a significant disadvantage in his ASF count. He has sacrificed a lot of eco to get those 4 strat bombers out. Although Lextalk is in the middle of an upgrade and has no shield, that was close. Holy cow. Postal doing a phenomenal job of nailing those strat bombers. Lextalk, by all rights, should be dead. That was a good spot by Postal. We do have sniper bots and T3 mobile artillery out for both players. Finally, Ojtis has been able to clear out this right side, and he is finally swinging this open space back in his favor. He does have 2 sniper bots and 2 mobile artillery pounding away on the defenses that Mr. Mackey has. He does have a T3 land factory up here, but it does not appear that he's going real heavy on units. He has 2 bricks, and that's about it. Total Tuna doing a little better job of getting some units out. He does have 3 T3 Mobile already able to put a little bit of pressure on this advanced group from Ajtis. More flak needed, definitely living up to his name. He is building a veritable cropload of anti-air and has started a megalith. I believe that is going to be the first T4 that has been attempted. We have T3 power going up in a couple of places, a couple building T2, and of course Postal with his overwhelming advantage in air. We'll just have to wait and see how this megalith does. More flak needed, definitely leading the eco game at the moment. He is pulling down 226 mass. More than enough to build a megalith on. Apparently, when I'm done with this cast, I need a nap. I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. Come home from work and just want to crash out on the couch for a while. Yawns come sneaking up on you. Get that snack in your stomach and you just want to curl up. T3 mobile artillery on a map like this are especially good. Cybern more than most. Cybern does have the highest area of effect on their T3 mobile artillery. It is in the 7 or 8 range, I think. Absolutely brutal amount of spread. And when you're dealing with clumps of units like this, that damage can quickly add up. Even though the damage is not very high for each shot individually, the area of effect is so big that it will hit multiple units at once, doing an exponential amount of damage. Sniper bots trying to do the job and take care of this Percival from Lexstock, but don't think that they're going to be able to knock it out. It appears that we have officially hit a stalemate at this tech level. It is going to take this megalith to break it, to see the reaction. We are starting to get a good little T3, T2 mix down here at the bottom, but actually I think that was somewhat of a bad choice by Lexstock, sending his entire force down there to deal with that. If Tiger is watching, he needs to swarm this as soon as possible. He has the potential to do a lot of heavy damage before these units will be able to walk back up. It appears that Man of Action has finally caught up in ASF count. We have 65 to 81. He is getting close. Man of Action proving to be the better techer of the two, pulling down 30 more mass than Postal is. We do have a Monkey Lord on the way from Total Tuna and another snipe consisting of 6 strap bombers for Man of Action. I believe that he has enough ASF now that he will be able to engage Postal. Postal, however, is taking the initiative and driving northward, trying to disrupt Man of Action's formation. Although he has chosen to run, the northern team really needs to deal with more flak needed because of these T3 units. That is getting quite a bit dangerous. Lexstock trying to pull a dodge. That was beautiful. A run of 6 strap bombers dodging. Now this is Harry. He has sniper bots on him, taking shots and down. He was able to dodge the strap bombers and even a couple of the sniper bot shots, but you cannot maintain that much micro for long. This is going to be a hard hit to the southern team, losing this player at that stage of T3. He has he had a lot of Percival's rolling out. And now these sniper bots are going to be free to rain down destruction on the southern half of the map. But the Megalith is tearing a new one in Mr. Mackey's base. Mr. Mackey giving all of his eco to Man of Action so that Man of Action can finish this Caesar he's building and just running as quickly as he possibly can. There is a Monkey Lord out for Total Tuna. Total Tuna also donating his base. They're trying to give Man of Action every last scrap of mass extractor. Every bit of mass. Trying to get this ASF up as soon as possible. Although, considering how many ASF Postal has and how much flak is on the map, I don't know how much good that Caesar can do. Accompanying units from Ojtas, he has a lot of T3 siege tanks, although they are going to come face to face with these bricks, and I believe everyone knows my opinion on the siege tanks. They will die horribly and die quickly because siege tanks suck. Giving energy storage to Mr. Mackey so that he does have overcharge. And scouts have been across the map. Postal knows what is going on. He does have his own strat bombers, but unfortunately he has lost his ASF over these SAMs and to Man of Action's Air Force. Man of Action is now going to be able to use this Caesar to his full benefit. Postal was not able to kill it on the ground over there. More flak needed. He needs to live up to his name just a little bit more. His flak is tailing behind that Megalith. He's not going to be able to protect it. This T3 run from Tiger has basically eliminated a second base, not just the first. We have another Megalith out for more flak needed. Caesar starting to take some damage from these mobile flak, but I believe he is going to be able to kill that Megalith. More flak needed, stopping his Megalith so that the flak can catch up. Caesar picking up a vet off of that, regaining health. We all know how strong the veterancy is on the Caesar, just mowing down those flak, but holy cow, the damage, down to 12k health. Down here we have a GC going after this Megalith, which would normally be a losing proposition, but when you have the strat bombers and then on top of that a Caesar to make up for it, the GC will win. More flak needed, pulling an excellent little bit of micro there to back the Megalith away and deal as much damage as he possibly can to that GC. But the GC, as well as a group of Harbies and flak, is going to make it through. GC down. Amazingly, this Caesar is still alive. It has picked up another vet. And now we're seeing the map rotate counterclockwise. It's like musical chairs. We're having slots open in an almost symmetrical fashion. A base and a half missing on the southern side and a base and a half missing on the northern side with similar. Oh, a GC and a Monkey Lord. But unfortunately, that 7,000 damage doesn't do you a whole lot of good when you have a Caesar over your head. That is going to nail a double kill on Postal and flak. Wow, that was a hectic game there at the end. More flak needed, assuming his ACU would be safer in the base, but more flak needed commenting in the sidebar there. Had enough flak, not enough SAMs, and he speaks the truth. Alright, Ojtas, it's up to you. You need to clutch this. I mean, you thought of pushing in through to the back, but there is a GC right there. Unless someone is really stupid with his ACU, that is going to be the end of the resistance. Well, that was a brilliant little matchup. Had a fire beetle kill, had a gunship snipe, and a whole lot of action. Well played by both teams. Very well played. Well, as we watch this wind down, I will remind everybody, if you don't want to keep seeing Wonder, you need to send me replays. My only qualifications for replays are please preview them and make sure they don't desync. That is a waste of everyone's time when you send in a desynced replay because I cannot publish those. So no desyncs, and try to make sure that it is not a turtle war. Other than that, I am not picky. I just need material. So I would be very thankful for anyone who can forward me some replay numbers. Have a second Caesar coming out for Tiger. His T3 push was not enough, although there are a whole lot of Sams. I don't know if that Caesar is going to win it. It is a race between the Caesar and the GC. The GC helping out the Caesar, taking down the shields, but holy hell, look at the damage on those AAs. And nuke. I believe the Caesar got it. The giant wheel in the sky has fallen, and with it, the game has ended. Thanks for watching, everybody. And again, I know I'm harping on it, but I am tired of casting Wonder. Everybody send in those replays. I appreciate it, guys.